Hello. Okay, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a new trigger button and also target display for this type of gallery. And as you may have noticed, this is a manually created gallery, and the steps of adding a new button, well, it's actually quite easy, but um, it's quite tedious. There's a few steps that you need to do. Okay, first start by going to the last. Okay, let's increase this selection panel container first. I'm just going to delete this rectangle background here. Okay, first go to this selection panel container and bring it, add more space. Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to show it only until these third breakpoints, but in your side you have to do it in all the breakpoints. Okay, next go to this button and you can see this small plus button here. Click on it. It will add a new trigger button, so place it like so, maybe somewhere around here, or it's up to you. Then go to the next breakpoint, maybe here or here. And maybe here. Alright. Next, copy this title text frame here, copy, and make sure that you are currently inside the selection panel. Right click and paste in place. So remember that you have two text frames here, so drag it down, make sure that you are still inside this selection panel container, and release the mouse button. Go to the next breakpoints. Okay, okay, so as I've mentioned before, you have to do it in all breakpoints. Next, okay, you need to copy the stat button which has been placed inside the trigger button. So select this trigger button, then you can see the tooltips here setting that there's a stat button inside the trigger button. So click on it, right click and copy. So you have I have copied this the stat button. So now click on the selection panel container, right click, and you can either choose to use paste in place or paste. So I just use paste. So here it is. Now before you paste it inside the trigger button, the new trigger button, you have to align the positions accordingly first. So what you have to do is to select the new trigger button, select the new trigger button and hold shift on your keyboard and select this stat button. Okay, then go to align, or you can go to window and look for align, this one, align, and change the align to settings to align to key object. Whatever object that has been chosen first, in this case I have choose this trigger button first, that will be the key object. Okay, and align to the center, center, horizontal center and vertical center. Go to the next breakpoint. You don't actually have to see it, you just have to click these two buttons, but just to make sure. Yeah, and same for this one, and make sure to do it in all breakpoints. Alright, now select the state button, right click, cut, and paste it inside the trigger button by using the paste in place command. So now you have a new trigger button, and if you see in the other breakpoints, now all the buttons are positioned accordingly. But if you look here, I'm not sure how it will look, but yeah. So remember the steps that has been done here, that has to be done simultaneously in all the breakpoints, so or else you will end up with something like this. So go to this breakpoint, the first one. Okay, now you have to add the lightbox element inside this, the target display for these trigger buttons, because right now it's empty. So if you show widget paths, you can see that it's empty. So go to here. Yeah, you need to copy the slideshow. So make sure that you select the slideshow. You can see that you are selecting a slideshow when you see this. It's sort of like an X mark, and also the text frame if you want it. So make sure that you have copied both elements or items. Right click, copy, and you can click next, or click this button here, right click, and paste in place. So the positions should be the same. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That is how you can add a new trigger buttons, and also how you can add elements inside the lightbox. Yeah, one more thing, hide these widget parts. So during the editing process just now, because the elements inside the selection panel has taken more spaces, wider spaces, the selection panel width has increased. So what you have to do is to simply drag it back to its previous positions and checks all the breakpoints. Maybe for not for this one, check on this one. So yeah, make sure you check on that. So that's it. If you have questions regarding um, this tutorial, you can email me at solmemoria@gmail.com. Alright,